Hi everyone, Comic Reviewer here. This time reviewing on a Cinderella story, If the Shoe Fits. Now, as you know, a Cinderella If the Shoe Fits is a 2016 animated teen comedy musical film that was instead directed by Michelle Johnson, and of course was meant to be the fourth entry in the Cinderella story films. And what's actually interesting is this one features a totally different plot without copying the same things from the other three films. Now, the premise of the story is meant to feature Tessa, who is meant to be this smart, kind of talented mechanic. And of course, her stepmother, Divine, and her evil two stepsisters, Athena and Olympia, pretty much go to this big fancy hotel to do a big time audition for a Cinderella play. Which is interesting is I was kind of expecting it to be like some sort of film, something to do like this big blockbuster. And we kind of see how the guy who does the play, Freddie, tries to, keep everything on track, make sure everything's fine. And we kind of see how Teresa is roped into her love interest, who is Reed. And of course, Reed is basically almost the same character to the same character from the third film, who's meant to be British, who's meant to be a good singer. And I kind of feel with them together, feels like we have some time to get to know them, but it doesn't feel completely. And I feel when Tessa does kind of meet her friend Georgie, I feel like they threw Georgie in to kind of be this new best friend character. I kind of felt you could have had Georgie only going with Tessa due to the fact her mum was busy with a work schedule and decided to go. And I would say the movie changes a lot of things from the other Cinderella stories films. For example, there's no big huge party where someone loses their shoe. Instead, it's in the audition. And of course, we kind of see how Tessa does this whole gem mixed with Hannah Montana identity known as Bella. And I kind of feel this is where I think the director copied a lot of things from Hannah Montana and also Gem, with a character having another identity to sort of be someone else, much like Miley Cyrus and Jerica. And it makes me feel like I'm watching an episode of Hannah Montana. And I feel the problem with Jennifer Tilly being the evil stepmom, I don't think she was that much of a good fit. I felt when you had the first evil stepmom from the first film, she worked well. When you had the one from the second film, she was pretty interesting. The third film didn't do as much with her, and I think the fourth film is like a little bit of a miscast. Again, she looks like that overweight stepmom you would have, or your dad's girlfriend's friend, or that. And I think the problem with the two stepsisters, they're not really interesting. And I feel when they do dress up, it makes me think, what the hell are they wearing? And again, I feel like the film should have focused it on them doing a Cinderella movie to make it like a film within a film. And I felt like this could have been like something like having a bit more musicals to sort of spice things up. And again, I feel when you've got films like High School Musical or Camp Rock, they really know how to spice up their music. And there's a lot of rememberable songs from High School Musical, like Bop to the Top, I Gotta Go My Own Way, Bet on It, and so many other ones. I think the problem is when I look at the ending as well, it feels like they copped out badly. Like they make it like this Grease-like ending where they ride out into the sunset, which doesn't really feel interesting. But I think my overview thought on If a Shoe Fits is, even though this took them 4 or 5 years to do another one, you can tell they do try to change their game, which I do give credit for. But I think the film falls flat and really does feel like there was a lot of opportunities that should have been met. So my overview thought on If a Shoe Fits, it feels like I'm watching Grease, Hannah Montana, Gem and the Holograms all thrown in together. So I think this film deserves a thumbs down. Not great, not interesting, and not one of the best. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.